Now that we have the almost unlimited ability to make things, it becomes more important than ever to think through what to make. And I want to build a motorcycle that will last for 100 years. I'm a vintage motorcycle guy and a mechanic at heart, and I've taken apart literally hundreds of motorcycles, put them back together, and gotten them to run. That experience gives me insight into a whole range of things that can be done in the very initial design stages to hedge against ravages of time. The first rule is make it simple. The absolute fewest number of component pieces and make those pieces incredibly robust. Our overhead cam is driven by bevel gears and shaft because I count each link on a cam chain as one moving part. Our valve actuation is directly on top of the cam. That eliminates rocker arms. It's a non-hemispherical combustion chamber, but well worth the trade. Transmission, a very simple 3-speed that takes advantage of the tremendous torque that our engine is making. With a 3-speed, you only need one shifter fork and no shifter drum or pawl mechanism. The starter motor and generator are a single part. There's no separate starter motor that requires a sprag gear, clutch, and shafts. This is the simplest way of incorporating an axial flux motor to do double duty, both as a starter motor and as a generator. The list goes on and on. The point is that this is reductive mechanical design to have the fewest number of moving parts possible and making sure that those component pieces are as strong as they can possibly be. Second rule, eliminate as many fluids as possible. And the Magnolia 4 only needs 2, oil and gasoline. We only have 3 radial oil seals in the entire powertrain. And all of the mating parts are set up to use RTV. There are no gaskets in the Magnolia 4 engine. Drum brakes are an excellent survival tactic for vintage motorcycles. They last forever. But they do have their issues. So, designing from first principles means that we have to reinvestigate the design of the drum brake to allow for thermal management. That means an all-new wheel, because the wheels are in fact the greatest radiator and heat sink on a motorcycle. Rethinking the vintage drum brake and re-engineering it to live up to modern expectations has been a really fun project. Third rule, get rid of as many electronics as possible. How many motorcycles that are being made in 2025 will ultimately wind up in the landfill, not because they have a mechanical failure, but because of the electronic degradation. When you're unable to find a specific electronic component, you may as well throw the whole thing away. Simple, non-sequential port fuel injection is actually more robust than a carburetor, and electronic ignition is more reliable than points. But that's pretty much the end of the electronics story for the Magnolia 4. The Magnolia 4 has a kickstart, eliminating the total dependence on batteries. Batteries are a wear item. It's something that the people who make EVs don't really talk a lot about. And when those batteries degrade, the whole motorcycle has to go to the junkyard. What a shame. Having a kickstart means that the Magnolia 4 will be able to go for a ride for as long as people are ready for an adventure.